Joining us to recap the 2023 regular season and look ahead to the NFL playoffs, we've got the People's tight end, Mr. George Kittle.
Hi.
So, George, uncharted territory for you and this 49ers team. You clinched the NFC's top seed, Week 17, low-stakes game in Week 18. And you're not as stressed, or what was the feeling headed into the finale?
Definitely less stress when you don't have the pressure of this is because like every game throughout the whole season is like a must-win game, and I know it's not like if you lose early you can kind of make it up later and stuff like that, but you treat every game like it's a must-win, and when it's this one, it's like we want to win, but if we lose, it's like, well, we're good, like we have the 1 seed, but at the same time you want to keep the mindset of we got to go out there and play at a high level because the only way to stay good at football and get better is to play the game. And so that's why most of our starters played in that game, was just to not let the rust settle in, just because we knew we had this upcoming week off as well. And so, that's about it, yeah.
You've been the number 1 seed before back in 2019, but
Yes.
How does this compare to that when you literally had to go down to the final play of the season in order to clinch that top seed and the NFC West all in one?
Definitely less stressful. That wasn't stressful at all. It was wild. Having to, win, was it the last game of the decade, right? Was that it?
think so.
Yeah, last game of the decade in Seattle against a rival, and to do that was awesome. And because we did, we had to play that game, we had to go all out on that game. Like the following week, I wouldn't say it was less stressful. It was just more of a, hey, we're just going to be on the field and moving around. So I don't want to say walk through, but kind of jog through stuff. And because we had, a lot of guys not play very much or not play at all this game, I feel like we'll move around a little bit more, might put the pads on, just, stay crisp, stay with our, we're executing at a high rate. So just keep the things we've been doing well and just go out there and play a little bit of football this week.
With no playoff implications outside of staying healthy in Week 18, Head coach Kyle Shanahan said that he wanted the week to be focused on getting better. How did the team get better last week?
Well, I would say that, we ran the ball well. We did our routes and all that stuff. It's more of a sharpening the sword. I would say hey, we're doing a lot of things really well. Let's just either you can take a step forward or let's just continue to do those things really well. You don't want to take a step back. You don't want to say, hey, A, B, you're not playing, and then the guys kind of check out and just not practice very well, jog through everything. You don't want that. You want guys to go out there and still go out and perform at a high level, compete against each other, because that's how you stay good at football and that's how you get better. So I think that was more his mindset. He just wants you to stay in that competitive mindset and that competitive nature.
Without playing in the finale, there were a lot of people on this team that accomplished a lot of really big things. Going to talk to you about your quarterback first, Brock Purdy.
Yes.
First-time Pro Bowler, set a new single-season franchise passing record, also finished first in the NFL in passing yards per attempt. The list goes on and on.
Yeah.
1 year as a starter, where has his game gone in 2023?
Wow. When he came in, against the Dolphins last year, he played at a high level for us. And then he just continued to get more comfortable, more confident, continue to get better. And then I just keep seeing that throughout this entire year. Each week, he just continued wow, that was a really good throw. That was awesome. You just see that type of stuff on the tape every time you see it. And really, you kind of grow accustomed to, he doesn't really miss ever. And, that's kind of my favorite thing. He does a really good job of protecting his players. And, he never misses. His passer rating's always really high because he doesn't throw a lot of, incompletions. He doesn't throw the ball away very much because he's usually on time, 3-step drop, hitch throw. He just steps and throws. He's just so clean. He's efficient. And he's just got this confidence. And I remember, he had a quote that said, you have to have no fear when you're out there. You have to be smart with the ball, but you have to have no fear. And for him to play at the level he's playing, you can see that he has no fear. He is just ripping it and stepping into it. And he does, he knows where the ball's going to go, and he's just confident in our ability as playmakers around him that we're going to protect the ball and make him right.
He's not the only one that's playing confident. So are you. You're also got your 5th Pro Bowl nomination, voted into the Pro Bowl. Just what has this year meant to you? And then to know that you've still got so much in front of you, and so does this team.
Yes, we do have a lot in front of us. And while personal accolades are awesome and you want everyone to have them because everyone's trying to build up their own resume of playing in the NFL, at the end of the day, our whole team, all they care about is winning. And so it's very fun to be on a team with that mindset. And when you're on a team with 9 Pro Bowlers, that's awesome because that just means your best players are playing at a high level. But for me personally, like I go into every season, my goal is 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns, Pro Bowl, All Pro. Like those are 4 things that are my goals, and and then the number one goal on top of that is to win. And so if I'm winning and achieving those goals, that's awesome. If we're winning and I'm not achieving those goals, but I'm still playing at a high level, I'm okay with that. Like the stats are like that's what I want to get to. If I don't, it is what it is. But like I always want to get to the Pro Bowl. I always want to be an All-Pro. And so like you just put in the work throughout the whole offseason, throughout the whole season, just for a chance to get to that level. And so very excited about it. But like you said, we have a lot of other things to play for.
The challenge now is to stay physically ready, mentally sharp with 20 plus days between suiting up for games, which is wild. How are you staying sharp during that time? What's the day-to-day routine that helps with that when you're not playing games?
Catching footballs, watching film, just watching football, just staying engaged with it. You just don't want to the worst thing is sit down on the couch, kick your feet up, and just zone out for 7 days. Like that's the last thing you want to do. So you want to stay on top of your business. You want to, like I said, whether it's catching the football, whether it's working out, working on your cardio, just trying to be as healthy as you possibly can. Focus on your recovery. Like as long as guys are in and out of the building, as long as guys are still focused on football and they're not just completely checked out, we're going to be just fine. Like you just don't want to completely just relax and not think about it.
That being said, this Sunday you aren't playing in a football game. So how much time are you dedicated to watching all those NFC matchups that have a direct effect on you guys in a week?
You know what's crazy is I'm pretty sure in 2019 I didn't watch any of the games.
That's interesting.
I know. Yeah, I didn't watch it because trust me, I'm gonna get the film right away and be able to watch it as soon as we know who we're playing. But besides that, in 2019 I didn't really watch it, but my wife loves watching football so much that it'll 100% be on our TV the entire day, and so I will be probably watching all the games because she makes me.
NFC and AFC, or just the NFC?
No, she watches every game.
Everything.
She's a monster. Good job, Claire. You're gonna make me watch more tape. I appreciate that.
So if it weren't for Claire, would you be scouting those teams ahead of time, you think?
I might watch the tape on my on my iPad, but I watch football sometimes, but not all the time. In the playoffs, so I enjoy watching my friends that I know across the league, which is really fun. I like watching the tight ends, some of the quarterbacks that I'm friends with, off the line. But besides that, it's just I do a lot of football. So sometimes I like to give my mind a break, and then I'll go revisit that same game later that night.
Thanks for taking the time during this bye week.
Of course. Nowhere else I'd rather be.